the East Coast as well as just helping out people in the pandemic. The pandemic has have you had the pandemic has hurt a lot of people. I don't know anybody personally that has died, but have you known to start it off? Have you known anybody that has personally passed away, or have you lost any family, friends, or loved ones due to the pandemic?
Honestly, I haven't like lost anybody due to the situation,
Hmm.
but I've heard like my coworkers talk about like somebody in their family passing away, or like on the news,
Hmm.
you see a lot of like numbers rising up because like people's passing away in hospitals and like older folks too and everything. But I haven't really had nobody personally to me, which is grateful, thank God.
Just grateful.
But also too, I feel like sometimes too, I'm not trying to be like disrespectful or nothing, but it's like if somebody was to be sick, like for any type of reason, like my coworker, he said like his grandfather or something was sick, and then he went like out with just like his shirt, his what's it called, his shorts and
Hmm.
slippers to go to the grocery store, and then it started raining like when he was like finished shopping.
Hmm.
So when he was done shopping, he could have probably got sick from like the rain or whatever like that or something. But then since the situation with COVID been out, it's like people's gonna pin the whole situation on COVID-19. Especially with the numbers rising in the hospital, they're gonna pin it on COVID-19 no matter the explanation. They're just gonna say it's COVID-19.
And
It's
that
gonna
is,
it's gonna scare the people. So
and
it's
that's
like,
something that personally affects you a lot, or that people are pinning the COVID
like false
pandemic
narratives.
on unnecessary deaths.
Yeah.
It's
Like false,
affecting
yeah,
you.
false narratives. And that's just like how the media is. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So you haven't lost anybody. Have you dealt with COVID yourself? Have you contracted it, or were you able
Um
um to not have to deal with COVID-19 yourself?
Personally, I was going through some things, so I was staying at my friend's house,
Hmm.
and he caught it from doing whatever he does in the streets, whatever, I don't know. Certain people he hangs around, so he caught it, and I live at his house. But once I got into this program, they told me to separate myself from him
Hmm.
because he's in contact with it. He has to separate, get like 14 days,
Hmm.
everything. But then I'm like, with me, like I said before, my immune system's like, I'm black, so it's like my immune system for me, I feel like it's powerful. With him, he caught it. They separated me from him, and I obviously had to go to the checkout, like in a thing for the nose swab and everything before I got into the program. And I went to it. It was negative.
Good. Okay. So you've been tested for COVID.
Yeah,
Do you know about the vaccine, or do you want to get the vaccine?
I heard so many stuff about the vaccine, but it's like a good program that I'm into. But it's like the staff, they usually get it and try to, I don't want to say enforce it upon kids because they give them a decision and stuff, but they just like display it around so much.
Hmm.
It's like they just want you to get it, and I understand because like the way the world's going right now too. Like just to be able to take a flight on a plane or something, you probably had to take the vaccine or show some type of information about it that you took it. Also too, uh, yeah, I don't know, like the staff, they just say like, some of them say it's all right, but obviously with, like when you get the first shot, you get some symptoms that you never felt before, and that's how some of them was feeling. They had to call out work, get vaccinated, this, that, and third. So yeah, that's exactly how it is.
Okay. So that's pretty much on the job, and you still have a job.
I don't got a job right now. Like that's the thing too, because like last year I worked like so much before like the COVID even started. I was grateful for a job in the beginning, but then it's like in the beginning, the unemployment was just like $100. So what I did for myself was, and there's people that done way worse, so I don't really care. But for me myself, I was already working, so I was just making both of them, like doing that on the side and working a real job at the same time, like legal and illegal money, because it's still my money. I'm a citizen and everything, but it's just like. That's the thing they try to portray now too, is like this generation's gonna be lazy and tired because we're getting things handed to us, and that's how we're expecting things, and we're not trying to
I
work.
like how you said that. That is very good. That is very good because you're a young man. And how old are you? You're 24. And I love how you just explained that, to saying that a lot of young people are lazy. You think that this generation is lazy and tired, but you're not.
Yeah, like I just like, even with me, I'm going through
And
certain
you want to
situations.
work, and you want to help out. You
Yeah,
want to
like
help out
I
the
care about my
community.
family. Like,
Mhm.
like even this thing right that I see you doing right now is for the community. So why not help out I just came from the program, so I'm already like, just kind of like, it's a nice day. I've been drinking, but it's like for me, I know like my mind's in and I'm not bothering me, so it's like my mind's straight. So I was just at the program and I'm just like talking to the staff and everything about like real stuff. And I'm like, bro, it's your job for you guys to come in here because you've been through certain stuff in your situation that you could like give information and knowledge to us kids or people that's like struggling right now, so they could like figure it out for themselves and they don't have to go through the stuff that you've been through. But it's not like for you to come here for work just for a check. That's why sometimes it's my fault. But it's like that's what
No, that's good. That's really good. So you're talking about doctors that are and nurses
like
that are working only for a check instead of actually reaching out to the community and pretty much doing what they can do.
Yeah, because I even see on social media when you see like the actual nurses that literally pour their heart out and start crying because they've been through so much, like because they care about their patients, not because like, oh, I'm coming to work, like I know this COVID thing's going on, I'm getting overtime, I'm gonna get like a whole stack of money. That's selfish. That's not how life is supposed to be. Like God sees through ugly, he don't like ugly. So yeah, that's like majority of them is white people. And that's most, when you think about it too, that's majority of people that's successful. Like yes, it's good to be selfish sometimes at times, but it's like you need that for your mental health and your physical health too. But it's like you can't be greedy. I don't know. That's just like a whole bunch of stuff I don't mess with.
Okay. So, but doctors and nurses are still going through mental health problems themselves. Is that right?
That's true. I've been through mental health problems myself during the pandemic. Depression. I've been through depression. I've been through stress. Listen. I've been through depression and stress during the pandemic. So it's like it was like November, December. So it was like times I wanted to kill myself because I didn't know like why I'm in this world, and I was over thinking about like my best friend that passed away, and she. Like, why did she pass away and I'm here? Like, she's a female. Like, every time I think about it, I tear up and all that stuff. I just gotta be strong for her, and she wanted me to live a good life. So it's just like, I gotta.
Did you get help?
I didn't get. That's the thing too. Like when I reach out for suicide prevention hotlines and stuff like that, they say the same stuff, and it's like that's not helping me at all. Like you guys just say like, oh, what did you do today? How many times did you think about hurting yourself? Did you think about hurting another person or something? It's not nothing like that. It's just like I'm going through something. I need somebody to talk to. I even went to my own father, and he's saying I'm going. Like it's just in my head. I'm making myself crazy. I'm like, nah. With me, I like talking. Like as you can see, I just like expressing myself. Like the other person can express themselves too. And if it's like something I don't like, we got an argument. But at the end of the day, like if you're right, it don't matter. Yeah, if you're right, you're right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I get it. But if I'm right, I'm right. And if you're wrong, then you just think I'm like wrong too, nigga. Then it's just like a whole different situation. But it's like people just got, I don't know. Like I feel like I'm not saying I'm woke, but I just like love my community. I love black folks. I love all that stuff.
So stress has impacted the pandemic. You've researched, you got tested, but you haven't contracted, and you don't have a job. What kind of job are you looking for today? What kind of job are you looking for? If somebody's actually would just say, hey, Michael, I'm looking for a job. I need a job right now. What kind of job are you looking for as a young man here in the city of Boston? You're able-bodied, you're healthy, you're ready to work. What kind of job are you looking for in this pandemic? And the pandemic is not yet over. So if somebody was to hire you today, what kind of job do you want to tell the public here today? What kind of job do you want?
I would basically tell them I'll just like I said last year during the pandemic, I worked like 4 or 5 different types of jobs. So it's not like I'm lazy enough, and I just like it's like the coworkers. That's my best friend. That's what, like I had like different types of jobs, but I'll just do stalking or whatever it is. It doesn't even matter to be honest. Yeah, whatever it is.
So you do stalking?
Yeah, I'm stalking or just
warehouse?
like no. Like right now, I'm trying to get a car so I can be able to like do stuff on the road for like Grubhub and everything. Because I want to be my own boss. To be honest, that's why like lately I surround myself around people that've been getting money. I've been like it wears off around like who you hang. Like if you're a bum, you hang around bums, you're gonna be a bum. If you like money, and you just like, for example, make $1 million, right? And start hanging around people that have like 2 million, 3 million. I learned that from Jay-Z just like yesterday. So it's like I'm just learning new stuff, and it's like I'm only getting older. But it's like I'll just work like do something for myself because I don't really want to work for nobody else. Like I could do stuff like illegally, like be street, like I'm doing now. I'm not even trying to snitch on myself, but it's like I can make stuff right now that people could work 2 weeks for and never see. So it's like you keep stuck in a 9 to 5 mindset because that's not gonna get you nowhere in life. You can't travel, you can't do nothing fun because you're over here thinking about bills. That's my grandmother too, because she's been having that mindset since like we're from the Caribbean. So it's like with her, she got that mindset where it's like, oh, you're a little kid, I'm an adult, shut up. Like, oh, whatever I say goes, and even if you're an adult, it just goes. And I want you to do whatever I want and that I vision you to do. But with her, it's like you don't have to work a 9 to 5 every single time. You gotta enjoy your life. You can't be trapped in the house all day. You'll be depressed, overthink. Like you gotta like experience different stuff. It's America. Like you're free. You got your freedom. Like you can't be sad about money because like you could just like be. I'm just like I was on the street, shelter, going through relationship problems. Like I was still working, but it was like I was getting money just to ease my stress. I smoke weed, so it was like I couldn't put my money more into that and wasn't really focused on the bigger picture of what I need to do. So it was like work. It's not really like all that, especially if you just like have fun coworkers, all this and that. That would make work fun to go to. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But like if you're just working just to go to work to pay bills and just say you have like money, that's not life, and you're just wasting your life. Like you don't even need a job. Like I even be surrounding people around like people that does real estate. My best friend real estate. One of my best friends, like I grew up with him, he's like my brother. I call him my brother. I'll do anything for him. Like he works at an IT company in what's it called? Cambridge.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I surround myself around good people, and I even got this one dude I'm into now. Like he's over here working on stalking. So it's like he got the graphs on his computer, like he knows the sites that. Yeah, so I'm like, I'm trying to better myself, like, and I love music. So it's like I love expressing myself through, like everything I see through rap and everything. Like I just looking at the lifestyle, I know it's gonna be me. Like people, kids even come to me, they be thinking like I'm a rapper and stuff. I'm like, bro, I rap, but it's like I don't even throw myself out there. I even throw myself out there yet just for people to know. I just be bullshitting and bored, freestyling, doing stuff on like recording on TV, listening to audio in the background, and just rapping over there. Went to the studio one time. They said, "Yo, I thought you went to the actual studio. This sounds like legit." I'm like, "Nah, I just did it off of bullshit because it's my passion." So it's like I'm gonna do it. I see all the J. Cole's, Kendrick's. I just can't find myself yet in what I want to do because I see like different crowds of people, and I want to like make sure like I fit into it, but I don't want to fit in no more. I'm just like gonna do my own stuff because it's like J. Cole's and stuff. You got like spiritual stuff, Turn Up, Future, and all that. Drake, I don't know. Little babies, like little baby. I see him.
So you want to work. So you want to work.
I want to work.
Okay.
I'm up for talking too much. I'm just lit. So
Okay, good. Alrighty, so you're going to work, you're healthy, and you're able-bodied. Before we end this quick conversation, the pandemic has affected a lot of people with housing issues. People have lost loved ones due to the pandemic. They've lost a lot of resources that were available to them, as well as a lot of police brutality. Police brutality, race relations, criminal activity, not just against young black men, but against the cops is another issue that we have to talk about, especially dealing with the George Floyd protests that happened a lot last year. How have you been able to deal with race relations, especially against the cops, as well as just trying to survive it in this pandemic era, being a young black man? How have you been able to deal with race relations and police brutality? How has that affected you? I know that's an open-ended question, but race relations and police brutality is a really big issue dealing with the cops.
yeah, like I said too, like I'm a big person on the community and everything, so it's like I said, my favorite artists and stuff is probably like Future and Lil Baby, so I pay attention more to their style and everything. So Lil Baby dropped something during the pandemic and everything called the Bigger Picture. Yeah, so it's just like everything about the riots, George Floyd, what's going on and everything. So I'm like, I've been big about that before it started. So the marching thing that happened in Boston were like, you know,
The protest,
yeah,
George
the protests
Floyd,
and stuff.
exactly.
One of my friends that I grew up with,
Amar Arbery, and the young man that just and Breonna Taylor, and the young woman that just lost her life too. Young lady.
Shit.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm just like living. But yeah, rest in peace to all those people. Yeah, rest in peace to all those people. But that's like an everyday thing because it's like black mothers too, and even parents when like their kid leaves the door, like they expect them to be safe, and they even know like when they go outside, these strangers, whatever that goes on. Like earlier too, I even teared up because I was talking to my one of the staff members at the program about what happened around here in the bar, about the girl that went into, rest in peace to her too. And she went into her bar, and then like she went out with some guy, and then she ended up getting the vaccine or something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's good. It was just on public, and it was just like sad because she had a little girl and everything. I know everybody, like, you know, people have lost limbs and stuff. And I didn't even know her personally, but it just like affected me. So I'm like, there's something in me that already, like, I didn't know when I'm rich too, I'm giving back to my community and everything. But it's like, yeah. But for me, during the marches and stuff, I just basically stay out the way, stay out the house, because I didn't want to deal with the police at all. So, like, just be in the cars and everybody's walking. It's like easy, and then just driving on easy highways. But I remember my first time, it was just like I got arrested. Just like walking downtown. Police was over there just thinking I was in a gang activity that happened or something because some guy got jumped and he tried to rob a snake. There's chains. There was a whole bunch of group of kids, and he just like said to us, me and my other friend, but left my other two friends go, which was kind of weird. There was a white guy. He asked me for my ID. He asked me for my ID, so I said,
How long ago was this?
I was like 17 at the time, so I was like, I don't got no ID, but this is like my school ID. And it was like, I didn't ask for this, and I'm like talking back, and like the way I am right now, my voice is like, I wouldn't say aggressive, but like you could hear me and stuff like that. So it's like I got a little. My father says too, like everybody say I got like a little aggression or some tone to me when I like don't like a certain type of way, reaction type of time. So it was like he said something, I said something back. It was aggressive. He took it offended because you know he's white. And yeah, he said, you know what, just book him, put me in the back of the seat. The guy that was in the fight said like, yo, what are you guys doing? These guys wasn't part of the fight. He said, oh, shut up. Yeah, all that stuff. So I got to, thank God it was a Sunday because if I came on a Friday, I could stay there the whole weekend. But it was a Sunday. I called my father. He didn't pick up. I had no bail money. Yeah, that was the first time I experienced some crazy stuff like that with the police. But usually, like in the area, like the neighborhood and all that stuff, they just harass us every time. Even until now, we're chilling right here. I'm telling you right now, for like 20 minutes, you're gonna see a cop like spin around, post right there at that tree or that thing, just looking at us, watch us until we all, you see everybody like just slowly disappear in like less than 3 minutes. And so, it's like every day.
Do you have an issue with the cops, or?
I don't have no issue with them at all. Honestly, it's just like if I see them or something, bro, it's like, all right, respect me, I respect you. Like
so it's respect on both sides.
Yeah, so like disrespect me, I'm gonna disrespect you. Like that's how. Like if I don't really care about like stuff that goes on with my family and my father, why the fuck would I care about anybody else's opinion or whatever the fuck anybody else thinks? That's how I see it. Like, okay, honestly, God, I care about God and my family. That's it. So it's like my loved ones too. But it's like if it's a random person or somebody I don't know, that's like, you know, just like disrespecting me, then I'm taking some limit because I don't know you. But if it's like
they're in authority,
it doesn't matter if they're in authority because at the end of the day, you don't get paid all that money to sit there and look at somebody do something. You're supposed to do your job. That's the thing. You're supposed to do your job. Some of them take like advantage of that shit just because like they be bored, you feel me? They're in a car, they're hard as shit. They don't experience, like in movies too, they be saying it, they don't experience none of the fun stuff. They don't see the stuff that, like, they're watching, this kid, they're like 100 every single, like, hour. And then they just sit in their car watching him. So it's like some movies too, they be saying like, oh, da-da-da, look at these motherfuckers, da-da-da, this and that. And they be over here dirty cops too. And this is Boston, when you think about it, there's a lot of Italian people, a lot of Italian cops. There'd be a whole lot of dirty cops. Like I be seeing like in movies too, and I know it be in real life because yesterday I experienced it. Like it was crazy.
I do understand that. So it's crazy how life works.
Yeah, that's why I can't wait till I have a son. Like I don't have no kids right now because I'm trying to be financially stable. You feel me?
Exactly.
But when I have a son, bro, and I bring him into the world, like I feel like that'll be my best friend. Like you see, I don't interact with these people. I only interact with people I know that I can like get money with and do stuff that I could like put my time into. So then when I had my son, I could vent to him. I had to talk to no shorty. I could talk to my son, tell him how the world is before he's even like at school, so he could have like an adult mindset already. So he could be already like at that stage before he like any other kid. Like I mean, he could do whatever he wants to do, yes, but it's like I'm gonna be like a father that's there for his kid. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right, so you want to be a family man. You want to have your own family man. That
Yeah,
you
but
want to
actually have fun too. Like,
you want to take care of yourself as well as your family, your loved ones too, and eventually have a child one day.
yeah, and experience life, like, you know.
Exactly,
not
and
even
that's
one,
what the that's what the
honestly,
that's
not
what,
even
yeah.
not even one day, probably like next
Yeah.
year or something. Because I'm not even a rush, but just like I don't know, just at that, I'm at that time, and it's like I don't want to say there's nothing for me, so it's like why would I do that? So I can have like something to go harder for it.
All right, that's what's up. Okay, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is LaQueen Battle coming live from downtown Boston Commons. Again, you have
Michael.
Thank you. Give me some doubt. Give me some doubt. That's what's up. Give me some doubt. Give me some doubt. That's what's up.
I got to do like this, like this. You got like this. You know what I mean? You got to do like that. No cow. That's how I be doing. You got clean like that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you for the interview today. So coming live from Boston.
You are very beautiful, and thank you for your time and everything.
Thank you so much.
Now, you didn't follow me on Instagram. What you talking about?
Okay, this is coming live from Boston Commons. Had a beautiful interview with Michael today, talking about COVID and his impact on how he wants to become eventually a family man and has started his own family despite what is going on in the community against police brutality. So thank you again, Michael.
You're welcome. And also, I just want to say one more thing too.
Yes.
Remember, like, I don't want to show my face or nothing, but just remember my name, Bizzy Hendrix, Dizzy Hendrix. Y'all gonna, city of Boston is gonna like put my face on billboards in like probably like a couple months. Like I'm manifesting it, and I already see it.
Manifest it. Put it into fruition.
No, I already see
Put
it. Like,
it into focus.
I'm telling you right now, all the stuff that like everything I've been saying it be happening. It's like God has a plan for me already. So it's like already, like y'all gonna see me. I'm telling you, no bull.
That's what's up. Thank you. All right, LaQueen coming live from Boston, Massachusetts. God bless you. Peace and much love.